I seen over the last couple of days, um, a lot of people been talking about President Donald Trump and his visit to East Palestine, Ohio. To visit the people who dealing with that um disaster that they had where a train derailed and it had a lot of chemicals in it and it basically poisoned the water, killed thousands of fish. Got people, animals dying and having died. Just it's in the air out there because of this train derailment, and it's in the air out there. Is a environmental crisis. Basically, it's an environmental disaster slash crisis, and nobody from our administration, Biden, um, the guy who's over transportation, Pete Buttigieg, none of these guys had went to East Palestine, Ohio, just to check on the people, get a feel for the environment and how it was really to be living out there at this present time where people can't even really breathe. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole air in that community is just contaminated at this point. And, some people, everybody, when disasters hit, especially in these little small towns like that, a lot of times, people don't really have the finances to get up and relocate, even though I heard that if you do relocate and wherever you go, they will cover. They will reimburse you. I don't know if they'll cover it, but they'll reimburse you. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but like I say, you only can reimburse somebody for something that they have, and a lot of people in those small towns they don't really have. They got a main, system out there. Like a lot of times those little small towns you'll see a prison, or a factory or something in those little small towns, and that's where everybody work. The mama, the daddy, the brother, the sister, the children. Unless somebody, some get education and leave the city, but for the most part in those small towns, they have a couple, probably up to maybe 10. And that might be a push, but they have main little places where everybody work at because that's the main economic power in that particular area because it's a small area, and that area probably had factories. So a lot of time people just live paycheck to paycheck. They live quiet lives, and the cost of living is not that expensive in those type of little small towns. So everybody don't have the money to just get up and go, right? But why this disaster and this environmental crisis is going on? Our so-called president was in Ukraine. He was in Ukraine catering to some people, which is, I'm not discrediting or saying nothing bad about helping other people, but you always supposed to take care of home first. And that's one of the things I loved about President Trump, that it was always America first with him. You have to take care of your home first before you take care of anybody else's home, right? So neither the head over the transportation in this administration, which is Pete Buttigieg, because this was a transportation era where a train derailed, so he had never went out there. I heard that he went yesterday, I believe, but nobody had never went out here. This been almost a month, and none of these people, the head of transportation, Pete Buttigieg, or Biden had went to check on those people. So of course, President Donald Trump went. He went out there. He bought trucks and trucks of pallets and food to the people. He took the first responders to McDonald's and bought all of them lunch. Ambulance drivers, police, firefighters. Just a great person. Just a great thing. And so you got people like Brain Dead Joy Reid and a lot of these liberal talking heads on MSDNC and CNN, and they making it like he just did it as a political move. And that's why I made this video. Now, I always say on my videos on this channel that I make these videos for black people. Why is that? Because for one, I'm black. And for two, which is one of the most important things, in my community, in the black community, we don't think for ourselves. And that's one of the reasons why we're in the situation we're in. We always being misled by people who we look up to, admire, etc. For example, I always say, any black that's 40 and under, they don't think for themselves. They let the rappers, the athletes, and the celebrities, actors, and whatever think for them, which is most of these people are brain dead. Most of these people are drones. They just have a good talent. They can rap well, right? And most of these rappers on every kind of drug you could name. These athletes like LeBron, like LeBron James, they're great at basketball. But when it comes to life issues and just all around everything outside of basketball, they're dummies. They're dummies. These people are not smart people, and you know that by their takes, by when they speak on certain things that they have no knowledge of. I've got videos on my channel about LeBron James and how he just need to shut up and dribble, and that's for most athletes. Stick to it. That's why you only see black. You don't see white athletes doing that. Now every now and then you'll see it, and I reason why I'm using white. I'm not comparing the races, but you know, in sports is majority white and black. You might have a Mexican here or there or Chinese, but for the most part in American sports is a black and white people play the sport. You don't hear black athletes speaking on. I mean, you don't hear white athletes or white rap or white people. None of them. Of course, you had the dummy Eminem speaking bad at Donald Trump, but he had to do that to fit in with his friends because most of his friends are black. But um, you don't hear them speaking on social issues. They stick to their sport. But here it is, the black community, because and they're coached to do that. They're pushed to do that. Why is that? Because the power that be know that these athletes are meatheads. These celebrities, these rappers are they head in a cloud so far. If it ain't perks or pills or weed, they on something, right? And these actors the same way. But I notice in the black community, like I say, from 40 and under, that's who think for them. That's who think for them. I was talking to somebody the other day, a young lady, and I was telling her, I was watching the news, and she said, I don't watch the news. I get all my news off social media, right? From people who dump. Just most of these people on social media, they talking and they don't know what they talking about. Have no idea, no clue. They just regurgitating stuff they heard other athletes say or rappers say or these brain dead celebrities or brain dead talking heads like Joy Reid, Tiffany Cross, just to name a few, Jamel here, a bunch of these morons, a bunch of these fools who can care less about the black community. All they care about is their pocket, and they know they're pushing the narrative that the big boogeyman white man is what black people, not all black people, but black liberals, black wokey wokes want to hear. And then for the 45 and older crew, they don't really think for themselves for the most part. Black people I'm talking about. They let the so-called black leaders, which is poverty pimp fakes like Ben Crump or Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson. They let they let the members of the Democratic Party, or they let a lot of these crooked pastors. Not all the pastors crooked, but a lot of them crooked. That's who think for them. They don't think for themselves. They don't do no research. They only think with the people that I just told you telling the thing. Most blacks have a communist mindset, and that's why we're in the situation we're in. And so so that's why I make a lot of videos for my people, because they the ones who is the beneficiaries of the most lies. Why is that? Because they do no research of their own. They only listen and do what they're told. Now, speaking on this situation with Donald Trump and how they trying to make it like he did what he did for the people of East Palestine because he using it as a political play because he about to run for president again in 2024. I'm about to debunk that right now. And the reason why I got this picture you see on the screen, and I'm about to show you a couple pictures to fit in what I'm about to tell you. Donald Trump, ever since he been around, ever since I can remember him, since the 80s up until now, Donald Trump is really a humanitarian, a philanthropist. He helps everybody. It don't care their race. He don't care. And as you can see in this picture, he's with everybody. Tupac, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Michael Jackson, 50 Cent, Rosa Parks, Muhammad Ali, Will Smith, Omarosa, Mike Tyson, Tiger Woods, Lil Jon, Snoop Dogg. Everybody loved this man until they was told not to love him. And as I always say, you can go listen to my videos to get details on what I'm about to say. Donald Trump did as a president no president ever did for America and for Black America as much as Donald Trump did. But because once again, most blacks don't think for themselves. That the people that I told you think for them. They hate Donald Trump and don't know how great of a guy he was. But to debunk the situation that he did, what he did in East Palestine by bringing all that food, water, feeding all the first responders to lunch. Listen, to debunk that with, oh, he did that just because he trying to use that as a political play for run president. Let's debunk that now, starting here. I don't remember what year it was, but you guys can look this up. Jennifer Hudson whole family was murdered. Not whole family, but like I think her brother, her sister. There was a few members of her family that was murdered by some gang, right? Donald Trump, this way before he even was this way before he ever was president, probably even thinking about being president. This probably about 10 or 15, this probably about 15 years ago. He contacted Jennifer Hudson, took her children, and her immediate family members and gave them his personal suite in the Trump Towers, I believe in Chicago or New York. One of my, I don't quote me on that, but I know it was his personal suite. He hid them. He hid Jennifer Hudson and her family, which she ended up coming. She ended up, of course, it was like I say, because it was cool to go against Donald Trump. She ended up going against Donald Trump and supporting Biden, and she ended up supporting Biden and Kamala. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid. Turned her back on a man that reached out to her, had no reason, had this couldn't help him at all, right? This was to no beneficial to him, but he did it because he heard about the situation and helped her out. He had her and her immediate family members at his personal suite, and had armed guards around there armed guards to protect her at all times. Trump did all this. I don't have a video, but there's a video that I had seen. I couldn't find it because I wanted to have it in this video. But I got a video that I am gonna show y'all. But the video that I really wanted, I couldn't find, and it's a video of all the work that Trump have did over the years for all races, people in foreign countries. Black people helped them with rent because people like to bring up some lie about Trump in the '70s that he didn't let black people stay at his building, which was a lie, which has been debunked several times. Do your research. Multiple black people came out and they had a black lady that came out and said that Trump have let her stay at one of his particular properties for years, and the woman felt bad on her luck. And I forgot the woman name. You can find a video on YouTube. But this woman, Donald Trump helped this woman, never charged her rent till she got back on her feet. You know what I'm saying? Had flowers delivered to her every day just to keep her spirits up. This man have done great things before he ever was thinking about being president. Now let's go through a few pictures here. Go through a few pictures that your favorite rapper, that your lying pastor, that these fake black leaders like Jesse Jackson and Soft, that's all of a sudden now against him. Oprah and all of them that's all of a sudden now again. Let's go through some of these pictures, right? That these people are not going to show you or tell you about. Donald Trump. Here he is with Muhammad Ali, lying crooked Jesse Jackson, and the infamous Don King. Here he is at an event in the early 90s where Al Sharpton, when he was fat as a pig, and Jesse Jackson is thanking him for his several private donations to several African American scholarships. That's right. This is the man they now call racist. Let's keep scrolling here. Whoa, here's another one that the media and your lying crooked pastor won't ever tell you about. That these stupid brain dead celebrities and rappers and athletes like LeBron James won't tell you about. Trump being given the Ellis Island Award in 1989 for contributing to the conditions of inner city black youths, standing alongside Muhammad Ali and Rosa Parks. Was he doing this to be president? I don't think so. Let's go to a few more pictures. Then we're gonna bring y'all the video. Here's a few more pictures. Several pictures with the same guy who calling him racist now, Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton, he's so crook. He did the same thing to Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly gave this man $20-some thousand to help feed the inner city youth in Harlem, and now he called Bill O'Reilly racist. Whatever he know that's beneficial to him, he don't care about black people. This man care about the money. If he cared about black people, that same podium he used to tell black people that they can't do this and can't do that because the white man, he would tell them what not to be doing, what to stop doing, like killing each other, aborting their babies, and fighting police. But they don't care about the black community. And they know if they start telling them that, people gonna turn against them because a lot of people don't like truth, especially people in my community that I've noticed. But here's more pictures of him with Donald Trump, skinning and grinning. James Brown, I look like I see. Um, Jesse Jackson again. And I want to go to this last picture before I let y'all see this video, and I'm gonna end there. Look at this. Ooh, Oprah with Donald Trump. Is that Steve Harvey? I believe so. But I don't know if Steve Harvey ever said nothing bad about Donald Trump. So I'm gonna let him make it in this. You see what it say? Everyone loved Trump until CNN, MSNBC told them not to. And I'm gonna add, especially in my community, to the dummies like LeBron James, your fake black pastor. Because if he telling you to hate Trump, he's a fake black pastor. I tell him that in his face, right? Democratic, the members of the Democratic Party, your favorite rapper. Everyone loved Donald Trump until they told y'all not to, right? Now, this next video I'm gonna go to, it's a video that going back to another in 2020 when President Donald Trump was first running for president, the people of Africa, the people of Nigeria, Africa, actually threw him a parade they actually threw him a parade. Why did they throw him a parade and support his running for office in a whole other country that's not their country? Because of the contribution that he have made to Africans and how he have helped them several times. Every year he do something for Africans, and every year they have an annual parade for Donald Trump. And every year, you can look this up, they have an annual parade for Donald Trump just because all of the stuff and the humanitarian work that he have done in Africa that never hit the media, that nobody never knew about. All this was before he was ever thinking about being a president. So let's go to that video. And so I'm gonna close on that note. But I just wanted to let it be known. Stop listening to what people tell you. And this is for anybody who listen to it. Like I say, I make a lot of videos for people in my community because they the beneficiary of the most lies. But this is for anybody who's saying that Donald Trump did what he did in East Palestine, Ohio for a political move. This man is just a great person. That's just who he is as a person. He's a great man. He was a great leader. And I gave him a nickname. Well, I didn't give him a nickname. This guy named Jesse Lee Peterson gave him the nickname, and I like that nickname. They call him the Great White Hope because he's great. He's a great man. He white, and he gave America hope. Thank y'all for watching. God bless.